Hello and welcome to my channel. Anambra arrests the young chief priest. And what is really going on, that is what we are going to break to you in this video.
South local government, Anambra State. My name is Nnewi. I'm in office in Dagana Chamber, Mayor House. That 12 March 2026.
The clips, as you've seen, is showing his arrest and aftermath. These videos circulated widely online and helped the story go viral. Okay, a popular Nnewi native doctor called the young chief priest, also known as Mmuo Mmiri, was arrested by security operatives in Anambra State on March 12, 2026. Authorities say he is suspected of illegal spiritual practices. He may have prepared charms for criminals, and he is being interrogated by security agencies. But here is the first major issue. No official criminal charge has been publicly announced yet. So, the arrest is currently based more on suspicion than proven crime. And the bigger timeline, that is what we are going to discuss here, what led to his arrest. And to understand this story, you must look at what has been happening in Anambra for more than a year ago. But let's look at from 2024 to 2025. Governor Charles Soludo launched a campaign against kidnapping, against ritual killings, against criminal gangs. So authorities claim some native doctors were helping criminals spiritually. So the state began targeting the shrines of these native doctors, their ritual centers, whatever you call it, and they're also targeting traditional spiritualists. Some arrests have already happened earlier. In 2025, the state created or empowered the Agone Chamber security outfit, and their mission is to identify criminal networks, target shrines suspected of ritual activities, arrest suspected collaborators. Let's fast forward to March 2026. Then comes the dramatic arrest of the young chief priest, which went viral, or is still going viral now. As you can see in this video, the security operatives escorting him to a river shrine, him explaining his ritual, then officers asking him to show his powers. In some clips circulating online, people say he was asked to summon a crocodile spirit, but nothing happened. That moment triggered mass social media debate and mockery. Who benefits from this? The biggest political beneficiary is the government. And why? Because insecurity has been a major issue in the Southeast. By arresting native doctors, the government can show we are fighting crime, or rather say they are fighting crime. By arresting native doctors, the government will claim they are cleaning up the state. So this threatens the image of the administration. Talking about security agencies, the crackdown gives security agencies more power, more public support, and justification for operations. Now, when the public believes ritual charms empower criminals, targeting native doctors becomes politically popular. And this also sends a strong message to youths involved in ritual culture. You know, in recent years, social media has glorified money rituals, bulletproof charms. You know, those charms that, if they are shooting you when you go to perform criminal activities, if you have been shot, it will not enter. So these are the kind of things these people empower. And this also help the increase for internet fraud rituals. People do rituals so that their fraud will go well. So cracking down on native doctors send a message that the government is fighting that culture. Who is affected in this? Several groups feel the impact. Traditional religion practitioners will be indirectly affected, even the true ones. And some say the crackdown targets indigenous spirituality unfairly. Many shrines perform healing actually. Some do divinations that has nothing to do with killing or supporting criminal acts. Some do cultural rituals. So the fear belief system are being criminalized. You're talking about rural communities. Many communities still depend on traditional priests for dispute settlement, spiritual guidance, cultural ceremonies. So if shrines disappear, a cultural institution disappears too. So they should be able to separate between this and that. But no, now let's talk about youth followers. Many young people followed celebrity native doctors online, and this arrest may collapse their influence. But there is a big contradiction in all of this. Yes, the story has several contradictions that mainstream headlines are ignoring. Number one, if he is a criminal, where are the charges? Maybe the charges will come later, who knows? Yes, authorities arrested him, but there are no clear criminal case that has been publicly detailed yet. With time, we'll get to know. And without evidence, critics say this could become public humiliation rather than prosecution. Then here's the second contradiction: spiritual claims versus legal crimes. A native doctor claiming spiritual powers is not automatically a crime, actually. Crime would require proof of aiding kidnapping, ritual killing, proof of fraud. That evidence has not been publicly shown. So with time, we get to know, so that people will not just be humiliated for nothing. Then the third contradiction: selective enforcement. Some critics do say, why are native doctors targeted but not politicians who are sponsoring criminals? Some wealthy fraud networks too. Powerful crime financiers. Now, these questions appear repeatedly in public reactions online. Then the sixth one is public reactions. Let's go to public reactions. Public opinion is sharply divided. Some Nigerians support the crackdown. We hear comments like good cleansing, Fake native doctors are deceiving people for those who support. And according to them, this will reduce ritual killings. And even some mocked these native doctors, some mocked him. If his sham works, why didn't he disappear? And we had some rumors earlier that he disappeared. Meanwhile, some others strongly oppose, and they do say government is humiliating traditional religion. Some also say the arrest looks like public spectacle. And they ask, listen carefully, they ask, if pastors or prophets claim miracles, will they also be arrested? If pastors or prophets claim miracles, will they also be arrested? Now, another hidden part of this story is the ritual economy. Some popular native doctors make huge money from protection charms. Yes, they make good money from bulletproof rituals, money rituals, spiritual consultations, and their clients include fraudsters. Businessmen are part of their clients. Even some fake pastors are part of their clients. These politicians visit there. Let me give you an incident. You remember there was a time in Anambra State, a governor was kidnapped, Governor Ngige, a past governor now. Remember what happened? They said he reneged on an agreement with the people who sponsored him, the godfathers. And they kidnapped him, they put him in the boot and was taking him to Okeja Shrine. Perhaps that is where the whole process started. The whole process of, I will sponsor you. Swear that you abide by what I say. They took him there. So politicians greatly work with these particular native doctors. And like I said, even the pastors, fake pastors. So if the government breaks that network, millions of naira in underground money disappear. And that means powerful interests could be affected. There is also a deeper issue. Where is the line between African spirituality, criminal ritual activity? Nigeria has never clearly defined that legally. So sometimes police actions becomes controversial cultural battles. Nigeria has to define the line. And concerning this matter, several important things are still unclear. Did investigators find weapons, human remains, or criminal evidences? Are these criminal clients linked to him? Will there be a court trial or just public humiliation? Until those answers come, the full truth remains incomplete. Here are questions many mainstream reports avoid. If charms really empower criminals, why are the criminals themselves not being arrested with the same intensity? Is the government fighting crime or fighting traditional belief systems? Are some native doctors being targeted while powerful criminal sponsors remain untouched? If spiritual claims are illegal, should the same standard apply to miracle claiming pastors and prophets who are claiming miracles? And finally, is this a real security operation or political theater? What do you think? We want to hear that. See that your comment on the comment section. Please share this video widely. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I'm Azuka OJ. I say bye-bye for now.